WPRO. A bill on the sensitive issue of when cities and towns should remove roadside memorials to people killed in car wrecks goes to a hearing in Massachusetts, Beacon Hill, this week. Most of these things are such a delicate, sensitive matter. There's no policy. They don't know how to handle it. So it's for the sake of public safety and to honor the memorials. They're looking to standardize the process of memorial removals, which they are saying should come down after a year. Program intent, raise public awareness of driving fatalities and homicides on public roadways, give families a way to remember the victims. But here's the thing. When you see these roadside memorials, and I pass two of them basically every morning, do you think they should be kept up as, victim as exactly what it is after memorial? A lot of times there's feelings that they start to look a little shaky, little shabby. It is sensitive, but how long do you think they should be kept up, these roadside memorials? And you see them spread out throughout the state. 438-9776. Do you think a year is long enough? Should they be permanent or toll free? 1-800-321-WPRO. What happens? Someone is killed in a car accident. Suddenly, a roadside memorial, exactly the spot where it happened, pops up. People start putting things there. Something is then put up. But the question is, how long do we want to keep these up? There's legislation that it should just be 1 year. And they're saying for the sake of public safety and how to, after a while, they're not obviously kept up. They're just there. And as you ride by them, I don't know, they kind of just start to look a little sad. I have mixed emotions about it. I understand if you're the family that this is a way they want to mark, or maybe it does serve as a reminder. A parent could point out kind of a little open-ended lesson there as you're going past. Keep in mind what that is. And especially in a spot where maybe there's a number of different fatalities, that they want to remind people, hey, this is the curve that a lot of kids did not get around. But after a while, it does. I mean, I can see both sides, but I think after a while, it does start to look a little shabby. And I understand there are a number of people that want that after 1 year. Let's take some calls on this. What do you think? 438-9776. Do you go past one of these roadside memorials that, again, there's two that I see on Middle Road that I don't even know when exactly it happened, but it's been there for some time. They seem okay. But as I do go around the state, I saw one coming off of Route 10 the other day. I don't know when it was put out there. Definitely needs to. I don't know. Again, I know maybe I don't know. With the family, do you feel better going past it, knowing that spot is always marked, that's where it was, your loved one lost their life? I don't know. I think for me, it would make me not want to drive down that street, regardless of whether there's a roadside memorial or not. 438-9776. Jeff is in West Warwick on WPRO with John DePetro. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
Hey there, Jeff. Go right ahead.
Hey, I think it should be up to the sole discretion of the state police. They're driving up and down those roads every day. They have a fantastic feel for whether they're kind of new or kind of run down, tired-looking ones, as you had mentioned. Leave it up to someone to make a decision.
What about the general public, though?
Policy.
What about the general public, though, Jeff? How do you feel when you go past them? Do you say, hey, that's nice, that's solemn? Or do you feel like, that accident happened 3 years ago, it's time to kind of remove elements of the roadside memorial?
I agree with both of the things you just said. I think that there's a certain amount of time and a safety issue. I mean, should people be stopping by the roads and,
No.
Kind of putting flowers on these things in the first place?
No, absolutely not. Jeff, thank you for the call. 438-9776. And then before 12 o'clock, I will talk a little bit more, and we'll take some more calls on this pension reform. But someone did email me this proposed legislation. What do you think when you drive by these roadside memorials? First-time callers welcome. 438-9776.
John DePetro.
I will take another call. Rob wants to talk about these roadside memorials. There's talk of legislation to limit them to 1 year. Rob's on WPRO. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. My stance on the roadside memorials, I think 1 year is a good limitation on them, because unless they're uptipped by the families. For example, there's one in Lincoln near Twin River. It's I think it happened in 2008, but it was either built really sturdy or it's kept by the family because it's still there, as of today.
Yeah.
And it looks good on the side of the road. But some of these ragtag ones, coming around the 9 or 10 months, stuffed animals are all beat up and the flowers are all beat up. I think they should be removed after a year.
I think so. I mean, I think that has been enough time, and I agree with you, Rob. Thank you for the call. 438